Hello everyone, in this video I will be doing a breakdown of my grenade build for Joker, which is excellent for very high mastery levels, especially in the Left Riot, Imposter Syndrome, Shooting Gallery, High Roller and Sending a Signal incursions. This build focuses on spamming grenades to destroy waves of enemies quickly by pairing the polka dot grenade with the Shaped by Terror infamy set. For this showcase I am using the Joker because I think he is the most suitable character for this build due to his talents which synergize very well with grenades. You can use this build on any other character just by swapping the firearms to whatever suits your preferred hero. The way the build works is by using 3 pieces of the Scarecrow tier 2 set, Shaped by Terror, which is a set that focuses on grenades and increases our grenade damage and overall damage. The 1 piece bonus gives us a stack of Impending Terror whenever we hit a poison enemy with a grenade. This effect decreases the damage we take from poison enemies by 10% and it stacks up to 5 times. If we use this set in the Fear episode, we get an additional bonus that reduces the damage we take from poison enemies even further by another 10% per stack of Impending Terror. The 2-piece bonus gives us a stack of Embracing Terror every time we reach 5 stacks of Impending Terror, which increases our grenade damage by 50% and stacks up to 5 times. If we use this set in the Fear episode, we get an additional bonus that gives us 2 stacks of Embracing Terror whenever we kill an enemy with a grenade. The 3-piece bonus gives us a stack of Shaped by Terror whenever we reach 5 stacks of Embracing Terror, which gives us 500% damage to poison enemies and stacks 1 time. If we use this set in the Fear episode, we get 2 more grenade capacity. Pairing this set with the Polka Dot Man grenade and other items which increase our damage makes this build insanely strong in incursions where there are a lot of enemies. So far I was able to clear Mastery 64 in Season 1 and Mastery 204 in Finite Crisis with this build, and it can easily go higher if played right. The build might struggle in other incursions such as Acid Flower Power and Knock 'em Dead at high mastery levels, but that's to be expected from a grenade build. Let's dive into the items we are using for this build. In the Firearm 1 slot, we are using a shotgun with a stacked deck trait, which makes enemies take up to 750% more damage from all sources for each hit they take from this firearm. You want to have one from the Amertech manufacturer because it shoots constantly while holding the fire button and it has the highest rate of fire out of all the shotguns, so it allows you to stack the stacked deck buff very quickly. Even if you don't have one from Amertech, the build will still work with any other manufacturer. Depending on your preferred character and firearm type, you can use anything in this slot as long as it has the stacked deck trait. Just make sure it's a firearm with a high rate of fire. In the Firearm 2 slot, we are using the Creeping Dread Assault Rifle, which is only there for the set bonus. Feel free to swap this to any other tier 2 firearm according to your preferred character. For the melee, we are using Mad Hatter's 3-leaf clover. This weapon applies poison to enemies on hit and gives us 10% shield, which is very good. Additionally, we are also getting the Keep Your Hat On villain synergy, which has a very strong effect that gives us 100% damage increase, 500% affliction resource generation, or damage immunity whenever we get 7 stacks. For the grenade, we are using Polka Dot Man's Spotty Explosion, which is by far the best grenade in the game right now. It has a 50% chance that every grenade explosion propels up to 3 additional polka dots out of the explosion, which in turn explode, and each explosion has a 50% chance to apply poison. This is an insanely strong effect, especially in this build, and it will be one of our main ways to apply poison to enemies. As a disclaimer, I believe this grenade might be bugged, because sometimes it makes enemies straight up disappear when you throw a lot of them. I need to do more testing before I can say for certain. For the shield mod, we are using Confrontation, which is there only for the set bonus. For the Traversal mod, we are using the Turtle Steel Force Conduit, which gives us up to 500% damage increase if we are constantly moving, and we are going to be moving a lot with this build. If you don't have a Steel Force Conduit for Joker, you can just use Dr. Psycho's Psionic Barrier instead, or a Pay It Forward mod. For the Neckbomb mod, we are using Visualization, which is only there for the set bonus. For the Lucky Charm, we are using Dr. Poison's Affliction Attunement, which gives us up to 330% damage increase to afflicted enemies when we kill poison enemies. We are also using this for the Slow Death Villain synergy, which makes enemies we afflict take 100% more damage and become poisoned while afflicted. This will be our main method of applying poison to enemies. The affliction we are using for this build is Diablo Blaze. The reason for this is that Joker has a lot of talents that have very powerful effects, but they also apply burn when triggered, so we are playing into his talents by using the burn affliction. It also deals a small amount of damage over time, and since we are not using Shield Harvest in this build, there are no downsides. The villain synergies used in this build are the following. Keep Your Hat On, which is a synergy between our Scarecrow items and our Mad Hatter melee. This effect gives us a hat whenever we kill an enemy with a critical hit. Whenever we reach 7 hats, we get one random bonus out of the following. Damage increases by 100% for 20 seconds, but also take 50% more damage. Increase the friction resource generation by 500% for 20 seconds. Or completely refilled health and shield and makes us immune to damage for 10 seconds, but also deal 50% less damage. The slow death, which is a synergy between our Scarecrow and our Dr. Poison Lucky Charm. This makes enemies we afflict take 100% more damage and also become poisoned while afflicted. Let's move on to the recommended augments on each item. For the primary firearm, you want to have critical hit chance, critical hit damage and shield regenerated on critical hits. For the secondary firearm, you want to have critical hit chance, critical hit damage and shield regenerated on critical hits. For the melee weapon, you want to have XP from enemy kills, suicide strike damage and affliction resource from melee hits. For the grenade, you want to have grenade damage to grunt enemies, shield regenerated for each enemy hit, and grenade damage on burning enemies. For the shield mod, you want to have critical hit chance, damage reduction and damage while shield is at 100%. For the traversal mod, you want to have damage to grunt enemies, damage to brute enemies and 50% more damage to enemies within 5 meters. For the neckband mod, you want to have grenade damage to grunt enemies, grenade damage to brute enemies and damage while shield is at 100%. For the lucky charm, you want to have ammo gain from critical hits, grenade drop chance and squad ultimate resource from enemy kills. When it comes to talents for the Joker, the most important ones are Bring Down the House, Top Banana, Ring-a-Ding, High Crimes, Ring of Fire and Ultimate Opening Gag. Ring-a-Ding grants us a lot of grenade damage and spreads burn, while High Crimes and Ultimate Opening Gag are our main grenade ammo generators. For the squad talent, you want to get critical hit chance, critical hit damage, grenade damage, damage to grunts, damage to brutes, damage to burning enemies, grenade ammo drop chance and the rest is personal preference. Let's move on to the build playstyle. This is an extremely easy build to play. All you have to do is literally just spam grenades when they're available and ensure enemies are poisoned before doing so. When enemies start to die, you will have reached full stacks of Impending Terror, Embracing Terror and Shaped by Terror, which are easily maintained as long as you keep throwing grenades and killing enemies. Whenever you run out of grenade ammo, use your squad ultimate to start gaining infinite ammo and spam grenades. When low on health or shield, just throw a grenade or use your melee to get shield back. Use your affliction strike, shotgun hits or traversal attack to keep enemies burned. That will be it for this video, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.
Take your target seriously. Help a Joker out with his target. A new target, Boomerang? Don't mind if I do. I do my own air support.
Well done, Suicide Squad. Your particular brand of chaos may have won you this battle, but the war is